Okay, let's get the right goddamn angles. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, I need more fingers. My fingers are big enough. Shit. God, I mean, sorry. God damn it, you should be able to. Okay, yeah. You're feeling a sense of loss, okay? Possibly with bad investments or with your time. It could be, or just with your time. These two pentacle cards in reverse, and the pentacles is often new because it speaks of the pentacles is Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus, which is the earth signs in the zodiac. And you guys are often very practical, very down to earth, very good with money, very stable, very good at building foundations from the ground up, very reliable, very good business savvy, okay? But in reverse, I think you kind of know that it kind of means the opposite. So you guys are kind of out of your element right now, all right? So it speaks like you guys may be losing your footing or losing your ground and possibly been waiting for seeds that you have planted. Seeds. These right here are this card, the Seven of Pentacles, often depicts a man planting seeds, waiting for his crop to harvest. But in reverse, it's like you're waiting for these seeds. You know, waiting for it to harvest and grow up and reap the benefits of what you have sowed. But at the moment, there may be delays and stagnation. Okay. And you may be not feeling that supported or stable where you are currently working, okay? Because the Ten of Pentacles often deals with upright as like a stable foundation of a good grounding, good investments, and inheritance. Often can mean a good founding or good foundation or good stabilizing from your family or from the workplace. But in reverse, it speaks of the opposite of that, okay? So yeah, maybe currently not feeling that supported where you work, or possibly a few bad decisions made, which results in a temporary loss of finances. And I say temporary loss because the cards that are coming up will show you the flip side to that, which is beautiful. Okay. So yeah, your standing in the world feels a bit shaken up, okay, and incomplete. So you are feeling out of your element, all right? Because like I said, you're naturally very good business savvy and all of that, but with the world card in reverse, something feels like it's incomplete, or you feel like you're losing your standing in the world and you're not represented how you want to be represented in the world, and something needs to be done, okay? You need to turn these finances, these pentacles upright, so you could be earning money like you're born to be. Taurus. I love Taurus. You're my opposite sign. Even if y'all don't like us, because I know we got that. But nonetheless, I do love you. Keep going. Okay. What else? Or you may be feeling like you're not getting recognition for the hard work. You know, for your hard work, or you may have dabbled into too many things and that you couldn't give the proper care or function to a particular project, because the Seven of Pentacles often talks of planting seeds and investments. Maybe you put your eggs in all the wrong baskets, or you put your eggs in too many baskets, so you couldn't nurture them properly, and then it ended up in a loss in finances. Whether this is with your own business, or business that you have done, or you're working for somebody else, okay? And then, where the situation stands, you have the Ace of Swords upright, Six of Cups in reverse, and the Strength cards. Now, the Cups in the Zodiac represent the water signs, Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. And then the Swords represent the air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. But in this case, I just feel like it's certain energies and doesn't represent a particular person, okay? So I feel like in your work situation, now or very soon, clarity is coming, because this boy baby right here, this Ace of Swords, is like piercing through the veil. It's like, let's cut to the chase and let's have a great conversation, and let's think of and start up and brainstorm of new ideas and new ways of calculating and moving and doing things, so that we can be prosperous and that we can bring fruititious things into our lives. So I feel like there is clarity coming with the presence of this Ace of Swords. But so I feel like you should hold on and maintain a kind of strength, because this clarification is coming. I feel like you should maintain a passive kind of strength, okay? Not that much of a dominating force. Something that's very relaxed and restrained. And that's easy, okay? Not too much strain on you or on the other person. Just have like a calm, passive kind of strength, okay? And this clarity can possibly come in the form of a conversation, or for some of you, it may be this situation may be legally involved. So maybe you may have to talk to someone, an advisor, or I don't know, something of that sort, okay? But I feel like the deal will definitely be pierced, and you will get some sort of clarity, okay? So don't worry. With the Six of Cups in reverse, I feel like this is speaking of the delays, and I feel like, the message from Spirit is telling you, don't worry about the delays, because clarity is coming. Just remain in that passive, positive strength, okay? Now, what's working for you this month in your work situation? I feel like what is working for you is, and what's working in your favor is the realization. Can you see these bad mama jammas? Is the realization that your that your energies could possibly be scattered. Sorry, and that it's scattered in the wrong directions, or your skills and talents, like your true skills and talents, may be withering and maybe being slapped on, okay? With the presence of this Knight of Pentacles in reverse, I feel like that's what that's saying. Because remember, the Pentacles is you guys, and Knight of Pentacles is often someone who works diligently and works hard towards their goals and their tasks. But in reverse, not so much. Or you may just be feeling like you're wasting your time, or your energy may be scattered, or something may be at a ridiculously standstill. But this came up in the position that's working for you right now. So what's working for you is the fact that you're realizing this. And often when you realize something like this, you know that the change needs to be made, okay? So this standstill or scattering energies will result in you in progress, a tangible result in solutions, which is you upright, or which was you in your element. Right now, you may not be so much, all right? And I'm working on them solutions. So I feel like you realize that though things may be dull or unexciting, that no one can change them but you, which brings the presence of this Queen of Cups here in the middle. Queen of Cups is them water signs, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. And the Queen of Cups is very intuitive. She's very nurturing, very giving, very loving, very insightful, often a storyteller. Often someone that you can talk to and pour all your problems out to, and she would understand you in all levels, and she tries to connect with you on a deep, intimate, soulful level to really feel you. She's often, he or she is often an empath. Don't pay too much attention to the sex of the card, okay? Because this is a general reading. It can mean a man or a woman. But in this case, what I'm describing right now, I feel like it's more so an energy, okay? So, this Queen of Cups is either you and your what's the word? You're inheriting, or you're taking on a more of a Queen of Cups energy, and you're being of all those things above that I just listed about, like intuitive and being in tune to your spirit, and you listen to your gut feelings. I feel like you guys are really highly in tune right now to your gut feelings and your intuition, and you're basically, your faith is guiding you into greener pastures. Okay, so that's what's working for you. So I feel like that there are that the grass can be greener on the on the other side of the fence. So you were using your intuition, and that's what's working for you right now. And if that's not the case, and if it is somebody else, then it just basically means that the presence of the Queen of Cups can mean that there's someone in your life that is helping you, and that has the qualities of a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, or they are actually indeed as Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio themselves. Okay, and I feel like with this Wheel of Fortune, it's just showing you that this is this is reality. Like whatever, like this was meant to happen. Okay, like this. I feel like that with this Wheel of Fortune, that fate will or has ran its course, and that everything is flowing in the divine course and cycles of life. Okay, with this Wheel of Fortune is constantly flowing. So yeah, I feel like that this is how it's supposed to be right now. So it's not it's not really bothering you, and this is exactly what's working in your favor. What's working in your favor is you're going to turn this upside, you're going to turn this up right, and then you're going to flow and be fluid and gracefully with the wind and the movement. Happy for you, Taurus. And what spirit doesn't want you to do, okay, when it comes to your work life in December, I feel like spirit is saying don't put yourself in hasty or overactive, okay? Don't be a fool. Don't be hasty and overactive with decisions, okay? And don't be a fool and rush into get rich quick schemes or into new endeavors. Like think before you leap. And I think you need to think and pace yourself a bit. Excuse me. Don't be boastful in your communications either with people. With this presence of this Knight of Swords here, don't charge your head forward. Don't be boastful with your communications, and also the Eight of Wands often means travel, communications, abrupt changes, messages of some sort, messages between emails and or messages just between dialogue with talking. But just I feel like it's just really a strong message here, or a strong realization to just don't be too boastful with authority figures and communications. Hold your tongue, because the Knight of Swords can also be very sharp with the tongue. Them air signs, the Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius can be very much even though they can talk off your panties and be sweet talkers, they can also be a bit harsh with the tongue, which is the flip side of which can come up in a more negative sense. And then the wands represent fire signs, which is passion and driven and action and taking charge and creativity and force, which is the this one here. But I just feel like this is basically speaking of energies right now, not necessarily an actual sign. Okay? So yeah, hold your tongue, but also don't be a punching bag for someone else, okay? Just find a neutral ground. And then the Fool card here in reverse is just telling you to just watch a little bit before you leap. Don't be so over optimistic, or don't be so eager to just jump into new things. Wait a little bit, and just spirit is going to bring a message to you that you need. The oracle messages that popped out for you guys, and I'm really sorry I did not shuffle on camera, but it really takes long. I did it for which signs? Libra and Leos, but the videos were too long, man. But I love to do live shuffling. It's just that it takes too long for the umpteenth time. But these two cards that popped out for you was like so spot on and so related to your work situation. That's why I'm so in love with tarot. It's like so magical and so real. You just can't explain how ecstatic it makes me. But yes, you received, this is my new oracle cards too, and they're in French. And forgive me if I don't. This one is number 38. I don't know. I don't want to sound sexy like the French. Basically, what this one means is, or the messages of this, and what it means in English is weapon. Okay. And weapon speaks of, or general meaning is, weapon is generally speaking a negative card, and it could symbolize extreme violence, uncontrolled passion, evil, and conflict. The color red is associated with Mars, the planet of war. A weapon can, however, be used as in self-defense. Definitely pertains to some of the stuff I was saying. The personality traits of the authority card is a person that goes through internal conflicts and that has problems with authority figures. The father in particular. The person is tough, looking like violence and conflict. And when it comes to love and relationships, the relationship goes through endless conflicts, and a separation is probably the best solution. But I think this is more related to love relationships. When it comes to your money and finance and work, it's basically saying this card has to do with lawyers and military and occupations, or otherwise in general, the card can indicate hierarchical conflicts. So like I was saying, I feel like there may be, a little bit of anguish or fights with authority figures. Yeah, this card, when this came out, it definitely solidifies it. The message for some of you, okay. And financial things, it says financial problems accumulate, the financial situation becomes chaotic. But I feel like it's only temporary, yeah, because then you have the blessings of the meditation card that came out right after it, and the meditation card basically speaks of meditation is basically saying, is of course to do with medication. The Om is You see the O and the M on him? The Om is an important symbol in Buddhism. Blah, blah, yada, yada. Don't need to know that. This card has to do with personal development and wisdom and dissemination of knowledge. Additionally, the card is considered to be associated with independence and sometimes wishes and desires, okay? So yes, when it comes to work, it feels like your work is very important to you and you give it lots of attention. So yeah, some of you will definitely focus on your work right now and trying to make turn these pentacles up from reverse to upright, because you want that money and you want you want to reap some sort of benefits if you've been putting in a lot of work. It's understandable. Okay. But together with this card and the army card or the weapon card, what these two cards mean together means that independence may be threatened, okay? And this definitely does relate with these two together with what I was talking about in your work situations. So some of you may be feeling like your independence or your creativity is being stifled because you have to work for a certain company, or you have built a certain company that provides a service that you have suppressed your real true desires or real true talent and creativity for a more stable career. Okay, now I'm gonna move into your family situation, and I feel like for you guys, in your family situation, there's a bit of turmoil, where you're coming from a bit of a turmoil or a rough patch. Okay, and I say this because you got the Lovers in reverse and the Six of Swords in reverse. Now these two are telling me that I feel like you're moving into or coming into a place of stability eventually after a time of an imbalance of effort or focus being on how much money has been spent out and to where or who. And this may have been a rift between two lovers. Or this may have been a rift between home life. Okay, and this can be between family members, and this family members can be the ones that you were born into or the family that you have created for yourself, and that can vary from a spouse and to roommates, because you know when you have roommates and stuff, that like family or friendship, so it depends. And this can either be deriving from the family you created for yourself, which is having a spouse, or having roommates, or it can be the family that you was born into. Okay, and I feel like there's a disagreement of some sort, because if the Lovers in reverse, the Lovers in reverse doesn't always mean goo goo gaga love, okay? It means sometimes it just means a choice or bad choices or a bad decision was made, or you need to go back and reevaluate a certain choice, okay? So with this Lovers in reverse, I feel like it's speaking more of choices or some rift in between lovers or some rift in between roommates. So yeah, I feel like the disagreement of some sort, and at times it could have felt like nothing was going to be resolved and communication lines were muddled. So either you and someone else is moving out or did more, or either you or someone else is moving out or did move out. Okay, with this Six of Swords in reverse, I feel like there was like complications with moving out or with where you're staying now. Okay, and then where the situation stands for you guys, you have the Temperance card upright, which is often a well-balanced woman or man, or the situation is even turn. But in the and then you have the High Priestess in reverse. Oh my God, get your shit together. And basically what this is saying, yeah, is I feel like common ground has been reached, okay? Because I feel like maybe you're coming from the place that I was just talking to. So now you guys are trying to find common ground, or common ground has been reached due to secrets or inner feelings being revealed with this High Priestess in reverse. High Priestess is the gatekeeper of the secrets of knowledge and the occult and the all the mysteries of life, okay? She holds a lot of secrets and she knows a lot of things about the unseen world, which is very wise, very spiritual, very mystical. Beautiful card. In reverse, it can mean that the secrets are coming to light. So it can just basically mean just regular secrets that someone may be holding from you. So, yeah, I feel like a common ground has been found with these secrets coming to life, okay? And also, I feel like Spirit is telling you, don't allow yourself to become too cold, okay? Or too closed off, and don't let your passions or involvements in life go too awry. and balance the extreme ends, okay? And then what's working for you in your family life is you got a lot of cards. Ten of Swords upright, the Eight of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, the Five of Pentacles in reverse, and then the Five of Cups in reverse. These two fives speaks of conflict, so I feel like it's going to be a resolution of conflict. So yes, and then you have the Five of Wands in reverse. All these fives definitely speak of conflict of some sort. Five of Wands is inner conflict, competition in reverse. The inner conflict and the competition is loosening its effect, or loosening that pull that it has on you. But all of these cards have fallen in the place that is working, what is working for you, okay? So I feel like with this Ten of Swords, yeah? The Ten of Swords, there is nowhere to go from here but up, okay? To renew yourself and to remove those swords that were either placed and self-imposed by you, by the the person or people in question, okay? I feel like you are relating. I feel like you are releasing the need to try and control the situation, okay? With this Eight of Pentacles here in reverse, I feel like you're releasing the need to try and control a certain situation. And or how much input or effort they decide to put into it, okay? I feel like you're finally realizing and how important it is that for your part and for your efforts to be distributed or to be, implemented in this situation, okay? I feel like you're realizing how important your role is, whichever that role may be. You guys know best. This is a general reading, okay? I feel like you are coming in from out of the cold with this Five of Pentacles in reverse, upright. Often speaks of feeling laughed out, isolated, financial troubles. I feel like all of that is starting to change and dissipate. I don't know. This in reverse, you guys are coming in from the cold and you're starting to feel a little bit nurturing, okay? And you're starting to see the glass half. You're starting to see the glass half full instead of half empty. And this disappointment feeling or this feeling of loss is gone. You're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Alright? Because you have the Five of Cups in reverse. Upright, it often speaks of disappointments, worry, stress, fatigue. Nah, why me? God damn it. But in reverse, it's like, okay, you know what? You're starting to see the silver lining and you're starting to see that the light, you're starting to see the greener pastures. Alright? And the conflicts are resolving. Either your inner conflict or the conflicts of other people are resolving. So that is what's working for you, okay? The competition is dying off. The message Spirit wants you, what Spirit does not want you to do for this month, okay? It's a possibility of feeling sorrow or feeling sorry for yourself or sorrowful thoughts due to these new developments, okay? You may fall victim to wishful thinking or unwishful thinking. And perhaps overindulgence, because the Nine of Cups in reverse often speaks of overindulgence. And it is the holiday time, so maybe some of you may be drinking a lot or focused on drugs and alcohol and stuff like that, okay, to compensate or to fill a void since someone has possibly left the home, or maybe you have left the home, which was probably a happy home at one point in time, or maybe some of you may be just missing home, but you cannot go home for some reason. Maybe you have to work obligations or money obligations. Some of you may reside in another country, and that's the problem, is that you can't travel home and see your family for the holidays. So maybe that's why you may be a little bit sad, okay, or maybe feeling a little bit left out in the cold. Alright? And the oracle message that Spirit wants you to know that popped out for you guys, you received both. I was trying to talk fast. And port is basically door. And this is what I mean by I feel like there's light at the end of the tunnel for you guys, or I feel like it's all changing, all of that conflict. I feel like you're coming to a point of resolution, because the door signifies the passage from the world of ignorance to the world of light. Door is the possibility that unescapably appears, all right? So this can be a person that is open, analytical mind that sometimes has doubts but knows how to recognize a possibility, okay? And when it comes to your relationship with other people, I feel like there's a need for change, and feelings change. It may mean a new relationship or just mean a new way, a new direction that a new relationship is going to develop. So I feel like this definitely resonates with you guys and with the message to do with family, okay? And then you receive 47, eternity. I know I probably sound like a freaking baby trying to speak French. Bear with me, love me, Taurus. And number 47, which is eternity, speaks of. This card symbolizes the possibility of reaching higher up through trust, confidence, and a sense that the material world does not limit us. Definitely resonates with you guys. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I love tarot and oracles. Sorry. Something supports us, and it is our beliefs. The symbol for eternity leads us to the idea that eternity should not be confused with the card time, which also means a long period of time of waiting, a dull, rough time. Eternity is indicating a long time, but the time period the card relates to is not at all boring. The card represents rather a long period of development, stability, and progress. Okay, it's like I said, just things are gonna turn around for you guys. The person is sincere, dedicated, and idealistic, not too materialistic because the job situation is stable without worries. The person likes to collect things of all kinds. This is just speaking of if it meant a reference to personalities. But in this case, it means in reference to your home life or your love or relationship life, okay? So I feel like this is saying that harmonious, balanced relationships is going to start forming and feelings are deep, okay? I feel like the situation is going to change around and you guys are going to start working together with people. Or there's a door or there's an opportunity to rise to your higher self and elevation and to leave all those shackles that you might have felt in your family life or friendship or home life if you don't live in family. Okay? No! When it comes to your love life, love that. You guys have got some mental anguish going on. You got some swords that's coming up in your reading, okay? When it comes for your love life, I feel like for those of you in an established relationship, this Four of Swords here, it's often represents the fact that reverse, it speaks of needing some effort put into the relationship so that you can actually feel like you're in a relationship or like you're in a nurturing, bonding kind of relationship. Because in reverse, it's like you don't feel that togetherness. That togetherness feel is lacked, okay, or is lacking, or lack thereof. All right. So I feel like there may be some isolation going on, all right, and someone may be feeling neglected, and there is a lack of togetherness, okay, and that feeling is needed very strongly, okay. And I feel like it's straining heavily on your mind or weighing heavily on your mind, and this may be with a fire sign with the presence of this Queen of Wands here in reverse, okay. It may be with the presence of a fire sign who can possibly be overbearing, and or it can be someone who has the characteristics of a fire sign who may be over controlling and overbearing and causing a lot of mental anguish right now and distraught, and which can be overflowing into other walks into your life right now, okay, with this lack of togetherness. And I feel like this can be the result of a burnout, okay, on your end or on your partner's end, okay, due to other life obligations and responsibilities, okay. So someone may be craving for some alone time because they may have like too many other obligations that they have to deal with. See the Nine of Swords, someone sitting in the bed, with the head all. Queen of Wands is a beautiful energy, upright. In reverse, it could be someone very overbearing and very much dominating and force that you don't really want to be around. Can be a bit smothering as well. And then the Source Swords upright often speaks of meditation and relaxation. In reverse, it may mean too much meditation and relaxation, or too much slacking off in a relationship, that some effort needs to be put into it, you know, to actually sustain it and actually feel like it's worthwhile. Okay? I feel like this was true love at one point, or it still is, but I feel like self-confidence or issues are causing instability in the relationship. All right? And for singles, I think you simply are not focusing on love because you're swamped with work, or with working on improving you and your stance in the world, especially with coming from that work reading and that family reading, okay? And it could be all wrapped, you could be all wrapped up in your career, okay? But the situation stands that the situation stands right now that someone maybe, possibly, fix your damn car. The situation stands where bend my damn arm trying to get these teeth up like that. The situation stands now that someone's efforts are going in vain, okay? With this Knight of Cups in reverse, someone may be feeling like their efforts are going in vain. And for some singles, some of you may have so many suitors that you don't even know which one to choose. With the Seven of Cups up here, it's like you have so much choices, or there's so much idealism, or so much thoughts in the head, but not really any practicality going on. So I feel like some of you maybe have too much suitors, or too much people that are interested in you right now that you don't know who to choose, and you guys end up just not choosing any, and having this passive like quality or nonchalant like essence to you right now in regards to love, okay? And for others of you, incommitted, you may feel like there's too much pressure or to perform or act in a certain way, okay? And you may have too many obligations and expectations placed on you by other people, all right? Mercury is retrograde, so the other option for some of you can be that there's someone from your past returning, okay, to stir up the pot a bit. Decisions, juggling, Taurus, and decisions. And someone can return from your past. That's going to be why this Knight of Cups is in reverse, because Knight of Cups right often talks of someone offering you love, poetic, beautiful love, offering you the love, offering you the cup. In reverse, it can mean that someone from the past is coming back and offering you their cups.